Hi, my name is WhyBhanshu and this is a Q&A video.
You seem to be really good at everything. Is there anything? Do you have a FOMO of not? Next question. How did you manage to pay IM fees?
Communication tips and how to get a deep voice like you.
What do you do in your free time? After office hours, what's your strategy?
Are you happy?
Who do you think of when you create your video? What's your audience?
How did you learn to edit and film like that?
Hey, macha mera bacha. Alrighty. How did you manage to pay IM fees? Do you come from a rich background? Struggles you faced any? I don't come from a rich background. I just walked into the campus. There literally are tables with bank people sitting. You just need to give them your offer letter. They will take care of the entire application, and the next thing you know, an education loan is granted. There is no collateral. The only collateral is the admit letter from IIM Bangalore or any other top B school if you are in. So yeah, I'm still repaying my loan if that's what you're wondering. But yeah, I didn't have to get money from my parents or anything. What do you look for when you edit a video? I just look to have fun, honestly. I'll try to make every video different so that they don't look similar. Some of them come out nicely, others I feel can be better. But regardless, I think the idea is to just really be a child when it comes to editing and experiment as much as you can. Please subscribe to this channel. I know I don't say this in my videos enough and I should. I also have kids now saying this.
Subscribe to WhyBhanshu. WhyBhanshu.
Damn yaar, new subscribers.
Also, there is this feature of hype that YouTube has now come up for small creators. So please go like this video. And if you like it, a window will appear for hyping it up. Please hype it up as much as you can. I would really like it. Who do you think of when you create your video? What's your audience like? That's a good, deep question. So initially when I started out in college, it used to be just me and my friends. So I was a lot more free in terms of my approach to filmmaking and content creation. मैं गाली भी काफ़ी देता था, काफ़ी enjoy करता था अपने videos में. Over time, as the channel grew, so did the audience base. Now I'm at a stage where my parents watch my videos, my extended family watches it, my college friends watch it, my IIM Bangalore friends watch it, my colleagues from office watch it, my boss watches it. Everybody who is in my social circle is aware of my channel. So it does get to you a little bit. Sometimes you feel conscious about, because nobody is the same with everybody. We all have different aspects to our life and we're different. WhyBhanshu in front of a McKinsey person is not the same as WhyBhanshu with his friends or vice versa, right? But YouTube will tell you it is 18 to 24-year-olds, people who are in college or just early individuals in the professional space. I would say my audience is me. I just think of myself when I create a video. I just try to think of what it is that I would find cool. I think that is an easier space to be and probably a more rational place to be if you want to create good videos. So that's how I operate. What do you do in your free time? After office hours, what's your strategy? After office, because office is fairly long in consulting, you would know what management consulting is like if you've been following this space on the internet. But I just like to take some time off, wind down, spend some time with my friends, try to just be away from the dopamine places like Instagram, etc. because they spike it up and then back, if I have to go back at job, I just feel like I get exhausted sooner. So I try to just really wind down and relax for the most bit. Over the weekends, I would probably edit a little bit and create videos if I can and spend some time with my family. I think that's also something that I like to do. Okay, next question. I'm confused. Should I go for a new age MBA program starting this year or wait and take another shot at CAT for 2026 intake? That's a good question. In terms of new age B schools, I haven't spoken to a lot of them out there, but I did do a video with Scalar School of Business who offer an 18-month full-time PGP. And I really like the team and what they're building. At the heart of it is this idea that skills matter more than degree, which is something that I completely resonate with. It's a place which is built by former business leaders at companies like Uber, Colgate, etc. And they also really emphasize on solving real-world problems. Like I came across this video where students were pitching their strategy for APAC extension for Mokabura to the founders themselves. So really exciting stuff in lighting. Let's go. Next question. How and why did you start content creation? Also, how did you find your niche? What suggestions do you have for someone just about to start content creation? How did I start my content creation? It happened back in 2020. That was during COVID. I wanted to start it back in 10th grade also because I was around 2016 when Carrie Minati and BBK Wines were going absolutely viral and I thought कि यार ये तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ, मतलब I could do a good job, but thankfully I did not. And obviously my parents were of the opinion and so was I that like this is the best time to study, really like slog it out in 11th and 12th and then in college you can do these things. So that's what I did. But eventually after going to college, I didn't just right away create a YouTube channel, which was a bummer, but I also really wanted to explore college as much as I can, and I didn't know how to edit, I didn't know how to do anything, so I didn't like go out of my way and learn to do it. But eventually, as I said, COVID happened and I was stuck at home and there was literally nothing for me to do. And one day I came across this quote which read, "If you still can't do the things which you always wanted to do, know that time was never an issue." That kind of moved me, honestly. So I was like, yeah, ab to seekhte hain, editing karte hain. So I went to YouTube, learned video editing, also got a class on Skillshare. Skillshare I found very useful. And then eventually I got a hang of Premiere Pro, made my first couple of videos during the lockdown. Also tried my hands on animation. Not many people know this because that video is not viewed a lot, but I also wanted to just animate and learn a little. So that's how I started. How did I find my niche, which was your second question? I don't know. I don't think I have still figured out what my niche is. I just pick elements from the creators I like and inevitably I end up creating something of my own. It just happened, honestly. I like music and playing with it a little bit. I also like to be candid and I want the videos to feel more like a conversation. So that's what I really go for. Anyway, third bit is, what do you suggest for someone starting content creation? I think now is a tough time to start content creation because everybody seems to be doing it. The barriers to entry are low. So know your whys very, very clearly and very, very well. If you're doing it for the followers or for the numbers, trust me, you will get disappointed very, very soon. It took me 3.5 years to reach 1,000 subscribers. Which is in 2023, February of 2023, and I started making videos in 2020. So yeah, it might be long, and eventually there will be days when you feel like, why am I doing this? But only when you know that I just want to create something and not just consume. I want to be a voice on the internet that can influence people and really just leave a legacy in some shape or form, right? And that has been the driver always. And it's especially pushed after I got recognized a couple of times on the streets just while walking after my day in the life video. So yeah, the advice will be to be authentic, be yourself, be ready for a long-term game, and to enjoy the process. Do you have a FOMO of not pursuing a PhD or research? Not even a single bit. I don't think I would have liked PhD at all. PhD is brutal, man. It's not easy at all. It's not easy to publish papers. It's not easy to... I published one in my undergrad, but I realized I can't publish like 4 or 5 to get a PhD, and not my cup of tea. So no FOMO at all. A lot of my friends, most of my friends are doing it. I am in touch with them. I talk to them. They seem to be enjoying it. They're in the States also, so the life standard is better. But anyway, to each their own. I'm happy. They're happy. And I'm definitely enjoying what I'm doing right now. Communication tips and how to get a deep voice like you. I mean, the game of pause and all. Fluent in English, huh? Thank you, even though it had a sarcastic undertone to it. Communication tips. I think it is hard to put down in just one video. I can probably make an entire video about it. But for me, it started back in middle school, even earlier, I would say, back in primary school. My father watches a lot of cricket. So growing up, I was exposed to a lot of English cricket commentary, and I used to imitate whatever these guys were saying on the television. So things like, I think I remember one of my first sentences, in fact, in English was, "Through the offside for a 4." And I just love the way they, commented on the game. So I think I picked up a knack from there, even without me realizing. I was subconsciously just imitating and learning and practicing. And then one thing that really helped me was the fact that I was given the opportunity to speak in a lot of school events at the stage. So that fear really got broken when I was a small kid. I used to say news on stage, quote of the day, pledge. Pledge, actually, I failed one time. Yeah, I forgot the pledge and it was one of the most heartbreaking moments. My legs were also shivering. Over time, what it did is it exposed me to a big crowd at a very early age and just took the fear out of me. And then after that, I feel like I could be more natural. My English polished a bit in IISc during my undergraduate days because I think अभी भी काफ़ी बीच में तो मैं कुछ कर देता हूँ अपने मन से ही words जोड़ देता हूँ. But overall, I think I got a good knack of how to make coherent thoughts, more importantly, than just saying gibberish, right? And that has been, I think, instrumental in whatever I've done after that. So if I had to summarize everything, I would say watch a lot of English content, preferably stuff with good vocab. Second, expose yourself into scenarios where a lot of people are watching you simultaneously while you're speaking, because that will help you get over that stage fear and you will really focus on your thoughts. And third, most importantly, is try to figure out how coherent thought structures form. And I think that's about it. You seem to be really good at everything. Is there anything you're bad at or insecure about? Of course, there is no way. Nobody on this planet is not insecure. Largely, I would say I think I'm fairly self-assured. I think it has taken me some time to get here. There are definitely some internal insecurities, which I don't know if I want to put out on the internet because it takes guts to be vulnerable out here. But yeah, anyway. I think internally all humans have this dialogue of, oh, if this was a little better, maybe I would be better off, I would be happier. And I'm no different, but I try not to let that get to my head, and I'm largely fairly happy. One thing, if I were to share, although I don't know how I feel about sharing it, but in general, I think growing up, I was conscious about my teeth because they're a shade yellower than the usual. And I've seen the dentist and they seem to be saying that it's really good actually for you because you have fluoride deposition in your enamel. And that happened because when they were growing from my gums, the water content had large fluoride in it. We used to live in Falodi at the time. But it still sometimes makes me conscious when I smile, like, these are my teeth. So yeah, sometimes when I'm in a room full of people, I'm like, oh, should I smile? No. But then I'm like, fuck it, who cares? I think my sense of self and my sense of worth is so much better and bigger than what people just look at me from the outside. It's something that takes time, but for someone else, it could be their speaking abilities. Someone else, it could be their looks. Could be anything, right? We can find something physical to feel insecure about or something internal, but I think none of that really helps any individual. So largely, I would say I'm self-assured. There are moments when I feel critical of myself, but the internal dialogue is good. So I think that really helps. And if you are someone who feels that, I would probably ask you to journal a lot. Watch my previous video about the digital space that I use. I highly recommend it. And just note down your thoughts, and over time you will get clarity. You don't really need videos and WhyBhanshu telling you what to do. How much do you earn from YouTube and in general? Of course, this question is here. I make enough. From YouTube, I don't make anything, honestly. Almost all my videos have copyrighted music in them, so the money goes to the creator. A lot of people actually also DM and ask me, how did you use that song? I mean, I just used it in the video. YouTube will flag it saying that this is a copyright song and ads will not be displayed. And if displayed, it will go to the creator. That's how it is, and I was okay with it. I will also put up the yearly earnings. This is how much money I've made from YouTube over the entire time of my channel being monetized. So clearly, this is not my primary source of income. I do have my full-time job as a management consultant, and I make what an entry-level management consultant at a good firm makes, which is around, I can't reveal my salary because that's an NDA, but if you just look at the benchmarks, it's in line with it. So 30 to 35 LPA initially. That's what's up. Krupa RK says, been watching your videos and honestly you're built different. Gold medal at IIC, IMB, killing it in sports and YouTube. 30 videos and already 80k plus subs. Insane. Just curious, what's your mindset when you go after something? Like, how do you approach work, study, sports, anything? Well, thanks a lot, Krupa. The mindset, I think mindset is always to be the best. Not saying I am the best, that's not the implication, but do I want to be? Yes. That's how I approach things. To not half-ass anything that I'm doing, give it my all. So whether if it's an exam or if I'm studying, I'll try to cover all the questions there are and the syllabus. If it's a video that I'm making, I would try to learn from other creators, get on tutorials, spend a lot of time editing. Where did I learn to edit like that? I edit in the software called Adobe Premiere Pro, started back in 2020. Picked it up from YouTube tutorials and from Skillshare. You can really use any software that you like. Adobe Premiere Pro is the industry standard and it's very complex also at times and very capable, the most capable arguably. But now the kind of workflow that I have, I'm pretty sure anybody can also replicate this in DaVinci Resolve or maybe with Final Cut Pro also with some tweaks here and there. So any software that you really like, you can just go for it. Next question. Who is WhyBhanshu? That's a good one. WhyBhanshu is me. I am the creator of this channel called WhyBhanshu. Born in Ajmer, Rajasthan. Never really lived in Rajasthan because I'm a son of a Kendra Vidyalaya teacher. My father teaches computer science. I have one sibling. She's 7 years older than me. She's a professor in IIT Delhi. Research areas around machine learning. My Jiju is also a professor there, focusing on cryptography. And yeah, I think both of them are really the real go-getters. I respect them a lot. Family is really nice. My mom is a homemaker. She has taught me how to love. The most selfless person I know. And when people ask me, where are you from? I find a hard time explaining because growing up, because of my father's job, I kept going to new places every 3 years. I was in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra for a few years, then in AFS Degaru, which is closer to Guwahati, then moved to Nalia, which is west of Bhuj, AFS Nalia.
So yeah, I feel like I'm from everywhere. Mostly it's Bangalore though, because of my UG and PG both have happened there. Lived alone there for 6 years, so that was really nice. And currently I'm a management consultant and a YouTuber. But if you really probe me more and ask me, I mean, leaving all these titles and the upbringing aside, who are you really? I would say I'm a consciousness, like all of us. I'm not the voice in my head, but the one listening. I think a lot about just awareness as a concept and consciousness as an idea. I think it's something that baffles me. It baffles everyone, I guess. We don't really understand what it means. Lately, I've also come across this idea of space and time not being as fundamental as we thought they were. If anybody's interested, just go to Google or YouTube and type black hole, event horizon, entropy. It will lead you to videos, hopefully of Bartasium or Brian Cox, explaining how the entropy of a black hole, which is the amount of information it encapsulates, is mathematically equal to the surface area of the event horizon, which is like a 2D area, right? So to think of a 3D thing completely being immersed in a two-dimensional object is some sort of projection that's going on, right? And so we don't really think anymore of space and time being fundamental. But essentially, we're very conveniently defined so far as consciousness being an emergent phenomena. When matter is organized in a particular manner, like in our brains, consciousness just emerges. There are good reasons to believe that it might actually be an underlying phenomena, and the information might be entangled in ways that we don't understand. Hinduism taps into it. They have this philosophy of Advaita Vedanta, which is the observer is the one being observed, or the universe is experiencing itself through me. So all these ideas are what I feel I really am. I'm an awareness, I'm a consciousness, and want to do the most with my time here on this planet. Next question. Are you happy? Kafi important question. Am I happy? I think I'm happy. I'm largely happy. More than happy, I'm grateful. I am at a place where I'm content with what I have, yet I'm pretty ambitious for the future, as one should be, I guess. But yeah, I think in general, I am pretty grateful with all that I have and all that I've done at the age of 25. Obviously, there is a different aspect to it. The grass could be greener on the other side. You have people who have literally built billion-dollar businesses at a young age, like Zepto founders, etc. But then again, there are a lot of people who are still figuring their life out, right? And I'm at a place where I've figured few things out. Wouldn't say figured life out. Nobody has, I feel. But yeah, so largely I think I am. I think doing good. Thanks for asking.
See you in the next one. Bye.